to your neighbors, and ultimately to your community. Well, here at WUSA 9, our mission is not only to inform, but also to inspire and impact.
Yeah, and we are honoring that commitment tonight with the launch of a new series called The Heart of It. Our Sean Martinelli will be sharing stories of humanity that encourage all of us to think, feel, and act. Tonight, Sean begins with a Kensington, Maryland father uniting his neighborhood with his sense of humor.
Put the board out here on the table.
Each morning begins with a blank slate.
Wipe off yesterday's joke.
And for Tom Shrubin, a familiar squeak. This is day 1592 of Tom's routine. He spent 10 minutes thinking and writing every morning for nearly 4.5 years.
What's the best supplement for wrinkles?
All in the name
Iron.
of dad jokes.
They recognize me on the street now.
Morning.
Even if I'm in the grocery store, they'll say, hey, you're the bad dad joke guy. Rather than turning on the news, no offense, and hearing about the terrible things that happened overnight, bombings and shootings. And, I start my day with trying to figure out something that would make people laugh.
4 years ago, that board first appeared outside Tom's Kensington, Maryland home.
Yeah, it was born out of COVID desperation, I think. People weren't talking to each other on the street. It was very scary at that time. My wife said, you got to do something, Tom.
One dad's idea soon became the entire neighborhood's muse.
It just became a real blessing in our lives that for one moment we could stop and smile. My sons think that I've become kind of a kindred spirit because I tell the jokes so often, and that's why they gave me this mug.
It makes a lot of people laugh. And what can be better than making people laugh?
Although if we're being honest,
some of the jokes I didn't even think were all that funny.
Others agree.
I mean, some of them are just real groaners.
Eye rolls are to be expected. What happened next was not.
Tom, thank you for serving our neighborhood and beyond with laughter.
COVID may have been the reason Tom's routine got going.
We've been enjoying your bad dad jokes since you have been at it for so long.
The impact is what has kept it going.
And then on the back, they had attached some candies.
From the boy with special needs who visited twice a day.
And he said, I come by twice because it's better the second time.
To the woman who sent the jokes to her dad as he battled COVID in a New Jersey hospital.
She would use that every day to encourage him to sort of stick with it because it was a real struggle.
Is that the one that's touched you the most?
I think so, yeah. It made me cry.
Tom believes laughter can be a medicine for grief.
Yeah.
And he would know.
We've had our share of tragedy in our lives, maybe more than our share. People ask me, do you have children? I say, yeah, I have children. And they say, well, how many? And I say, well, it's complicated. I have 6 children and 4 living.
20 years ago, Tom's 4-year-old son Tucker died in his sleep.
It's still a mystery today why he died, but that just left a huge hole in our lives, and it was just such a shock because he was a perfectly healthy kid. He was a delightful little boy.
5 years later, Tom's family welcomed twins, Darcy and Alana. Then heartbreak came again.
The doctors say it was unrelated to what happened to my son. Alana, turns out she had a genetic defect that caused her to have seizures that ended up killing her. Life involves suffering sometimes. You just kind of got to go on.
And so he goes.
I got thrown out of mime school on my first day.
With each joke,
I think it might have been something I said.
Tom is honoring the joy of his children.
I was going to tell a time travel joke, but you didn't like it.
While bringing joy.
My hen counts her own eggs. She's a mathematician.
To others.
He's doing something for other people, make people joyous. Maybe I can do something like that too.
If that's the thought from those who pass.
Nice for you to come by.
We're regulars, so.
Yeah.
Then Tom says all 1,592 days, all 1,592 whiteboard posts were worthwhile.
Even small distractions can have a big impact.
And even bad jokes can do some good.
I haven't run out of jokes. As long as you keep your standards really low, there's an unlimited number of jokes, apparently.
I love
mathematician.
I know, that was the thing. I love watching the story, and then what I didn't see coming was sort of that really substantive part that gets us into understanding why he uses this humor to help through grief, and to think about how many of us would be able to do that after losing something so precious.
Yeah, it says a lot about Tom, and I think that's why the jokes have resonated with so many people. But you know, this new segment that we're starting here. It's all about telling these types of stories. I think this is who people really are, and storytelling can go a long way toward healing these divides that we have in our country right now. So it's a privilege and an honor to be here, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity to do this.
Yeah, helping spread the joy as well.
Yeah, and so we're looking for story suggestions. So if people out there have ideas, we have an email address. This was just set up today, theheartofit@wusa9.com. So viewers out there, if you're watching, please send us suggestions. If you guys have ideas, you can just come to my desk.
I was
going to
say, we'll just come on over. And Sean, by the way, welcome
Yes.
officially to WUSA 9. So happy to have you as part of the family and to finally see the fruits of your labor.
Yes,
So
this is week
fantastic.
7. I've been out searching and finding stories, and now we're finally getting them on air. So
And
I'm
also a
happy.
great start.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
WUSA 9